Well, we're going to get it there, dude. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Let me know when you see it, and we're going to share it. Boom, boom. We are live.
Oh, what is that?
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
It's time to optimize my health and invest in myself. I'm not afraid to admit that I need help. When I look in the mirror, I see an enemy. I get home from work and I don't have the energy to play with the kids, invest in my fam. Deep down, I don't know who I am. I'm supposed to lead by example. During dark times, I'm supposed to be the one holding the candle, but instead I use food as a crutch and a bottle of liquor. Deep down, knowing that I'm only getting sicker. I'm over the days that I stress eat. Wanna be stress free, become the best me. Yeah, ready to eliminate doubt. When my family looks at me, I want them to be proud. It's time, it's time, it's time. I'll take back what's mine. And what's mine is my life, cause I've been living a lie. I know it's gonna be one hell of a ride, but it's time.
I'm ready for a change.
I'm tired of
Living this way.
it's so hard cause I've been living this way for so long. Now it's time to move on.
Create a new me.
Cause I'm the author of this book, I'm the star of this movie. Everything starts with a decision. Right now I decide to take back my life.
Yo, what's up, guys? We are excited to be here tonight. If you are brand new to our group, welcome. Hopefully you like the little tune to get us rocking and rolling tonight. So we got a lot to cover tonight. We had some good questions, both via email and via the thread. So if you're brand new to the group, welcome. Drop a comment. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Say what's up in the comments. If you're a longtime listener or even one of our current clients, man, say what's up. Let us know that you can hear us loud and clear. Hopefully you heard the music loud and clear. We're thinking that's probably going to be our new intro. And as soon as we get the video done, we will also I'll play the video for you guys as our little live stream intro every Wednesday night. So we're excited about that. But for tonight, man, just to let you guys know. So tonight is Ask Us Anything, okay? We're going to cover everything from sleep, optimization, stress management, nutrition, fitness, fat loss, muscle gain, whatever you want us to cover to help you start to feel better. The key tonight is for you to start feeling better immediately. All right, there's a lot of you guys out there that tune into these, you come in, you soak up the knowledge, but you don't take action. That's not what we want, man. We're here to provide you value, provide you actionable steps. And I'm going to tell you right now, everything that we teach you guys is what we practice and preach in our own lives as well. And so we're gonna dive in. What I want you to know right now is if you do have a question, go ahead and drop that in the comments now. If you have a question that comes up during the live stream, go ahead and drop a comment in the questions or a question in the comments, and we'll cover it for you. We're here. This is all about you guys. We're not going to go off on a tangent on our own topic. We're here to answer your most pressing questions. We want to add as much value as we can in the short time that we'll be on tonight. With that being said, if you're brand new, we do these every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. We usually send out an email and a text. Tonight, I had the text time off by an hour. My apologies. You should have got the email and the original text, but the reminder for tonight was on me. I just went and checked and I had it set for an hour later. So if you get a text later, now's the live stream. So with all that being said, we usually do about 30 minutes of value, 30, 40 minutes of value. And then at the end, we'll talk about, what it potentially looks like to join forces with us and have our team help you. We will sell at the end of this. We will talk about our program and what it looks like. The reality is the results that we're cranking out over there on a week-to-week basis. We're averaging over 100 pounds of fat loss every single month. We have not dipped under 100 pounds of fat loss in a single month, and I can't remember how long. What we do really works. The reality is not a lot of people are out there talking about sleep and stress, and that's one of our big focal points. And so when you have those aligned with the healthy man that you want to become, makes your efforts with nutrition and fitness much more efficient, much more simple, and the process becomes much less overwhelming. And so we'll get into that tonight. If you have any questions, again, drop them in the comments. We'll dive into the ones that we already have. Zach, what's up, my man? I'm excited for this one, dude. This is gonna be fun. I'm sure we're gonna get a lot of great questions now, and we've already got some to work off of.
Yeah, man, doing good. I just got back from the gym. Hit that leg day. You know, the best day of the week.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
I was just going back in the thread, trying to see the questions that we do have from that previous one, man. Did you want to just dive right into it, or?
Yeah, so I think to kick things off, for any of the new guys, I kind of gave you guys a little bit of a brief summary of who we are. Let me just go ahead and give you a little bit deeper there, and then we'll go with the questions. And so what we do is we help men optimize all areas of their health so that they can become a higher performer. They can have the energy to do the things they want in life. They want to live an active lifestyle without limitations. They want to keep up with their kids. They want to have a simple, sustainable way. We're all about sustainability. You're not going to learn about fad diets. If you're a keto guy, we're not for you. If you're a Whole30 guy, more power to you, but we're not for you. We're all about sustainability, hence the logo. We want you to be able to eat the foods that you love and still be able to get real results. That's what we do in our own life, and we firmly believe that that's the most sustainable way of living possible. You optimize your sleep, you manage your stress, you dial in your nutrition, and you get consistent with your fitness. You develop that long-term discipline, and boom, you've got a magical solution that can be your friend for life. And that's really what we're about. We do not have repeat clients, and we pride ourselves in that. And so I will tell you what we do really, really works. And so if you are new, take some mental notes tonight, man. Like, I will tell you that the guys that are doing the absolute best inside of Unleash Your Legacy, which is our premier partnership program, are the guys that come in, they take the curriculum seriously, and they, you guys probably, you know the importance of fitness and nutrition. Exercise and diet are very, very important. You need to be fueling your body with proper nutrients. The problem is that if you continue to fixate on those things and not get those other two pillars that we pound the table on aligned with the man that you want to become, because you guys any of you tuning in right now are not where you want to be, or you probably wouldn't be here. We don't have a lot of guys that come in and just listen to us talk for their, for shits and grins, right? Like, they're here for a reason. And if that's you, take some mental notes tonight, because we're going to unpack some stuff, I'm sure, that will give you one or two little nuggets. And sometimes that's just enough to get you moving forward in the right direction and have you start feeling better sooner rather than later. So, Zach, let's go ahead and we'll cut straight to the questions. And then again, if you guys have questions, man, please drop them in the comments now, and we will cover whatever you guys want to cover tonight. So what's our first question?
Let's go. What's up, guys? First and foremost, I see these guys saying what's up, man. What's up? Thanks for tuning in.
We got Dave on. We got
all kind of them. Yeah, all kinds of guys going on here.
Crew. Yep, I love it.
Yeah, and it would be more, but apologize for that little mistiming that we had.
Yeah. It's a blip on the radar, dude. It's okay.
Here we go. So the first question is from Dave from the other thread. He says, I use the X3 bar. And for those of you that don't know what the X3 bar, that's a bar, like it's an iron or steel bar that's connected to resistance bands and a platform that you're supposed to be able to use for working out. So he has the X3 bar for resistance exercise, but it doesn't seem to be working my core. I have a belly, but the rest of my body is built pretty well. What can I do? So that's Dave. Okay. So Dave actually, he shot me a message too. So good. I think this is good. So Dave, the reality is, and I'll have Zach expand on this too, is that your focal point right now is your exercise, right? And what I would like you to know is that I would encourage you to take a step back and think about what the things that we just talked about. And so when it comes to losing fat anywhere, so first of all, you can't spot reduce. That is impossible. But most men tend to carry their fat, excess fat, in their abdominal area, and so hence the beer belly terminology. The negative on that is that that's fat that's right on top of all your visceral organs, and so it is a very pressing need, whether it's a 15 or 20 pound amount of fat that you want to lose around that area. You might not have a ton of fat or weight to lose, but I will tell you, and this is just dating from my days going back when I was working in ICU, it doesn't take much for you to be at serious risk for heart disease because of the accumulation of fat right on your abdomen that's right over your heart. So good on you for wanting to address it, but don't just think about the vanity side of things, man. Think about your long-term health here. I have a vivid memory of a 38-year-old man who came in. He had some other things going on in terms of his diet. He was a smoker as well. So his risk levels were high. But in terms of weight, this guy might have been 20 pounds overweight, might have, if that. And it was all right on his abdomen. So he had poor diet, smoking, and that fat accumulation right over his visceral organs. Like I said, guy ended up with double bypass heart surgery after having a heart attack. And so I say all that to make sure that you realize the importance here of not just thinking of it on the vanity side, because I get it. Like it's something that, you know, it's not comfortable having a beer belly or man boobs. So I had them. I speak from experience. So with all that being said, I would say your number one focus would not be so much on the core strength. I will let you know in my own life, man, like I might do 2 ab exercises a week. Like that's it. I don't go heavy on core because the other exercises that I do in the gym, I'm always focused on tightening my core and keeping that area strong. And so with all that being said, I would take a step back and look at those other 3 pillars, man. Like nutrition's got to be spot on. There's some ways to go about it that can increase the speed of the fat loss. However, with all that being said, you know, nutrition and then also the sleep and the stress. The reason that we talk about the sleep and the stress so much, especially when it comes to fat loss, is cortisol, you know, and we can send you some other trainings on that as well. But cortisol levels generally are high if your sleep is not optimized and if you're not managing your stress on a regular basis, you know, on a day-to-day or at least every couple day basis where you're on top of it, right? Keeping those cortisol levels low. So it could be a combination of things, but I wouldn't focus so much on the fitness side of things. But on top of that, to add one layer on the fitness, one thing that we have all of our guys do is some form of interval training. We have a formula that we follow, but I would encourage you, you know, you said you're doing the bands. I would encourage you to try to get some type of interval training in, which is very, very good for burning fat while maintaining lean muscle mass, which is exactly what you want in your own life to achieve your goals. So Zach, if I stole your thunder, I'm sorry, but I'm sure you got something to add to that.
It's not stealing thunder. It's just helping these guys out. So honestly, dude, the more thorough, the better for these guys anyways.
Sure.
But what I will add is generally speaking, and I've covered this before, women will tend to lose weight from the top to the bottom. So top first, like you'll see a lot of women with thinner upper bodies, but bigger lower extremities, right? And for men, we lose weight typically from the outside in. Now, depending on your particular genetic makeup, you might be one of those guys who holds a ton of weight on the midsection and have like a skinny face, skinny arms, skinny legs. Me personally, I gain weight evenly throughout my face, my arms, my midsection, my legs. It really all depends on your genetics. So if you are being built everywhere else, I don't know what your build is. I haven't seen. But like Jason said, you're going to want to dial in your nutrition, man, because the part that you know, the stubborn part for men is usually the lower belly fat and the lower back fat. So what that means is if everything's getting built, but not your stomach area, it just means keep on grinding, man, keep on going. And eventually it will go. You just gotta be consistent and keep on grinding it out, man. It's a long-term game. It doesn't go away just in like a couple months. So just keep on.
Right. And to your point though, dude, like, you know, a little tweak here and a little tweak there can be all it takes.
Over the course of time. Yeah.
So
exponential.
You might not be that far off on having the quote unquote solution. But those are the things that I would focus on, man. Hopefully you got a little bit of clarity there. Happy to discuss this more. I know you shot me a message. I'm not sure if you're tuning in now, but you requested the replay. So we'll make sure we get that over to you, man. And if you have further questions, just let us know. What do we got next?
So the next one it's kind of going to be the same thing, man. It's from Brian. You said we'll cover this on the tonight, but he said, you know, the guy said, Brian Mead or Med.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm new here. I just found it in January that I'm diabetic. I have done a lifestyle change and basically cut carbs and sugars out. I've lost 75 pounds. My biggest goal is getting back in shape. The hardest part is the stomach area. So essentially the same issue as
same issue. Yeah.
Yeah.
I asked him a further question. If he still had weight to lose, what did he say? Was it 20? Was it 20 or 30 on there? I couldn't remember.
How much he lost?
No, he lost 75, but down a couple of comments. I asked him how much weight he still had to lose or what in his estimation. If you see in that thread, 20 or 30 pounds, I think maybe. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't see any number.
Yeah. So first of all, congrats on the 75 pounds down, dude. Like that, you've got to feel a heck of a lot better. Take massive credit for that, man. Just the sugar and the carb piece alone that you did. That's a huge change, right? And look, you saw it was sure that was not easy to lose that weight, but at the end of the day, all it took was a couple of changes for you and consistency. So now you're at a level, right? And now it's time to go to the next level. And so in order to do that, you gotta keep changing things up, man. Like you're going to have to continue to challenge your body. Your body very much gets used to the same things that you're doing. And so if you lost that initial 75 pounds and now you've got, I can't remember, it's 20, 25, whatever the number was, the next step is getting, gaining some traction there and building momentum again. The things that we just covered for the prior question are going to impact you as well. But I would say in your situation, man, like it's crucial for you to add in some resistance training if you're not already. And I would definitely, start slow if you're not doing that. But when I say resistance training, this is not, 3 sets of 20, dude. Like I'm talking about moderate to heavy resistance training. I'm talking about 3 sets of 8 to 12. You need to go in there with the intentions of challenging your body in a rep range that's actually going to help you build lean muscle mass, but then also accelerate the fat loss process. You get those other things dialed in, the sleep, the stress, and the nutrition, and the focal point is fitness. There's some things you can do there that can accelerate that. But again, man, like there's so many guys in this group that we see all the time just fixated on the workout. And we talked about this in the last live stream, in our workout live stream, about this mentality of I've spent so long not feeling my best that I got to make it up all in the gym, right? I got this workout. I'm going to kill it. I'm going to torture myself so that I can burn as many calories as possible. And then I'll feel good, right? And it's this toxic mentality. Like flip the script on that, man. And look at the long-term vision here. This is a journey that never ends until you're 6 feet under. And I don't care what you believe in religion or higher power. Eventually, we're all going. We have an end date, right? We will all expire at some point. And so don't think that I got rid of the 75 pounds. Great goal now to lose the rest, but don't put so much pressure on yourself that it adds stress to your life. Because I see a lot of guys in here like fighting with the counting calories and tracking this and tracking that and all these all these formulas and all this stuff that just adds stress to your life, man. It doesn't have to be that way. Nutrition can be fun. It can be simple. You just have to have the right knowledge. So stay plugged into the community. Go back and check out some of our prior nutrition live streams, dude, and you will crush it, man. Like the things that we teach inside of here are actionable steps. And I'll tell you right now, man, you fixed a couple things that we talked about on the prior question, dude, you're going to be in a real good place. So what else you got to add to that, Zach?
The only thing that I would add to that, from my professional opinion is,
sure,
I just want to make sure that whatever it is that you're doing, because you said you cut out carbs and sugars. I don't know if you cut them all out completely or not, but I would tread those waters very carefully, because you don't want to do something so extreme that when you go back to your normal habits and your normal way of eating, it all comes back again. So I just want to caution you about taking those kinds of extreme approaches. So good for you. Awesome job losing the weight, but just be careful once you start to reincorporate some of those foods, because you'll have a tendency to want to overdo it again and get back exactly where you were. So just a heads up and be aware of that, because if you're aware of it, you can help prevent it.
Yep, that's a good point. That's the keto mentality, and I won't just single keto out, because there's plenty of diets out there that make it sound like one macronutrient is the evil, right? It's like carbs are evil. I had this conversation with one of our guys yesterday, and I was like, dude, you're not eating enough carbs. That's it. Like right now, you have this mentality that carbs are evil, and you're trying to cut them from everywhere in your life.
Was he feeling lethargic?
Yeah. And not having the gas in the gym, right? That's your fuel. And so I just feel like the carb-free life, the carb-free, this keto push, this keto mentality leads people down this negative path, because as well as I do, how many guys out there have gained 50 or 60 pounds, done keto, lost it all, only to gain it back and then some. Like, I hear more stories of that than I do of actual success stories when it comes to keto or a fad diet.
Yeah, man. So guys, a lot of you guys don't know the stats that when it comes to that stuff, but just after 1 year of some significant weight loss, over 70% of people actually put that weight back on, if not more. And by year 3, it's like 95%. So
Sad,
that's
man.
why I said I just want to caution you just so you could be aware, because a lot of people take the all or nothing approach. So they go all in, lose all the weight, and then they go to nothing and they gain it all back. So just be aware. Like I said, if you're just aware of it, just that fact alone
Self-awareness is
will
huge, man.
significantly help you.
Yeah, self-awareness is
Significantly.
huge. And I think, when you again, going back to that vision piece, like if you guys can just flip the script of I got to get it off now to I'm going to get it off eventually, like that mindset shift right there is powerful. But here's the thing, and we tell our private guys this all the time, right? It's like if you you want to get it off urgently, right? Like it's a pressing matter. You don't feel your best, right? And I understand that. And so getting rid of the fat, getting rid of the weight, getting your energy levels up, getting your sex drive up, whatever area of your life you're struggling in due to your health, it's urgent for you. And I understand it is a pressing need, but none of it's going to be fixed overnight, and none of it's going to be fixed in a week or even 2 weeks. And so if you can step back and make this mindset shift of, you know what, I'm going to start doing things for my body and not to my body. This is not about torturing yourself with low restricted carbs, low restricted calories. I talked to a guy today that's in this group, and he's very active, works out a lot, and he's eating 1,400 calories a day, and he's not losing. And I'm like, dude, like it's too low.
Little.
You're not eating
That's
enough to support your lifestyle. He does surfing and all kinds of resistance training. He does swimming. There's a lot of stuff in his life, and I'm like, dude, calories are just too low. That's the reality, man. And so when you are cutting your calories and you're cutting your carbs and you're doing these super restrictive things, not only are you setting yourself up for potential failure, because it's not sustainable, but you're continuing to breed this unhealthy relationship with food. One of our guys told us the other day that one of the biggest takeaways he's gotten thus far, partnering with our team, was that it's changed his relationship with food to a healthy relationship. How many of you guys out there right now feel like you have a negative relationship with food? If that's you, say me in the comments. I'd love to see your raise of hands, because it's a pretty common thing. I used to have a negative relationship with food. A lot of people do. In this country, we're very big on celebrating every single event. Everything is related or revolving around food. That's not a healthy mentality either. Like, don't get me wrong. I like to party, dude. I like my burgers. I like my beer. There's a time and a place for that. But when you're on a Tuesday night because it's, your aunt's birthday that lives in another state, you guys are doing pizza and stuff so you can FaceTime, like that's not an excuse to eat like shit, right? And that's a weird example. I was having a hard time coming up with a good example, but you know what I mean? Like it pains me to see that, because that's not, we use food as an excuse to our events as an excuse to always have food, right? It's this, it's a toxic relationship with food. And so that's one thing that nutrition is fun, man. It's simple. It's fun. It does not need to be overwhelming. If you just know the right structure and the right strategies to put in play, that's it. That's what it comes down to. And then discipline. I'm not going to tell you any part of health is easy. You guys know that. But anything that you achieve that's great in life, whether it's great health, great career, great relationships, all of it takes hard work. There's not a single thing in your life right now that you've accomplished that you're super proud of that didn't require you to bust your ass to get there. There's not. You might have got lucky and, you could be a lucky lottery winner, right? That's great. But most of those people blow all that money, right? Like luck doesn't really provide you great things of achievement, right? If you achieve something great, it's going to take hard work. Health takes hard work. But when you have a simple path to get there, i.e. slowing down, taking a step back, and really thinking about this as a longer term journey and gaining the knowledge that you need to implement this stuff, it's powerful, man. And that's why our guys do so well, right? It's a simple approach. It's methodical for a reason. We know that life is going to happen. None of our guys work with us any less than 6 months. We believe that that's a long enough time frame where you can start to develop longer term discipline. We want to get you consistent enough, long enough where it's autopilot. And that's the goal for every guy that we work with. And so for you guys that are listening right now, that's the goal. That's the focus, man. And that's like, wouldn't that be great to be able to not have to think about health anymore, because it's what you do every day. So, let's see what other questions do we have on the thread? Is there any
So
more?
there's no more on the thread, but I have some questions that people that have been asked commonly.
Yeah,
lately,
let's go.
man, that we could cover, man. So
Let's
this
jam.
is this is a good one too, man, because some people get confused in the gym, new people. So what's the difference between free weights and machines, and which is better?
Oh, wow. Okay. Free weights and machines, which is better? Well, that's a great question because we have our guys do both. There's no better. So I will give you my breakdown, and then Zach, who has about 10 years on me in terms of youth, and probably is a little bit more of an animal in the gym than I am these days. I'll give you my take. So when it comes to free weights and it comes to machines, I personally love machines for certain reasons. One of those, I'll be 42 this year, and I have injured my shoulder before doing heavy chest bench press or heavy bench press. I went through a bodybuilding phase where I was I think I got up to like 220. And now I'm about 176. And so huge difference. I still had visible abs at 220. So way more muscle mass than I could ever. Yeah. Hard life to live, 5,000 calories a day. Ridiculous. So
Jesus,
don't have the time for that nonsense anymore. But with all that being said, I love certain machines for certain exercises right now because I have a history of tweaking my shoulder from heavy bench press. I prefer to do a combination of chest press or machine chest press, but also dumbbells. So what I'll do, I love machine chest press because I know that I can go as heavy as I want, and that machine is never going to break that plane. It is never going to allow me to jar my shoulder one way or the other. That plane will never get broken, and I can push as much weight as I want, without going too heavy and tearing a pec muscle, but within reason. So that's a great use of a machine that I love. There are certain machines that I feel like I can get, a better pump on. My machine right now has a rowing machine that I absolutely, not a rower, but like seated row machine. Yeah. But it's a newer machine. It's not like a cable machine. It's a very nice, they have like some upgraded equipment. I love that because I can feel the squeeze a lot better than if I'm doing like a dumbbell row. So the flip side of that, for me to go on the other side with dumbbells, is I like dumbbells and I like to have a good mixture of both because dumbbells help you isolate muscles that your stronger side cannot carry, right? And so if you have we all have a stronger side. My stronger side is my right. My left arm is weaker on every single exercise. Well, if I'm doing like a dumbbell incline press, or if I'm doing, dumbbell, like I say, it's an arm exercise, dumbbell curls or tricep, press, that left side or that right side can't carry the left side. So I love dumbbells because they can isolate that side and really make that side try to catch up with my stronger side. And so there's advantages all across the board on all, but those are my two that stand out most in my mind. What you got?
Yeah. So there's not one that's better than the other. Like Jason said, they both serve different purposes. So when you're doing free weights, like the bench press, for instance, it's great because there is no locked plane. There is no straight up and down or whatever angle it may be. You have to utilize some shoulder stabilization. So you're working out a little bit. There's a little bit more muscle activation when you're doing free weights because you have to stabilize that weight. So that's a great thing. Not only that,
accessory muscles get recruited.
Yeah. And because, like, say if you do something like a dumbbell bench press, you have the free range of motion to use, shift a little bit. Of course you want to press evenly, but sometimes people with shoulder issues do better with dumbbells because it's not in a locked plane. So it could work both ways, like Jason said, either for or against you, depending on the situation, your anatomy and the injury. And then machines are awesome as well because it's on a locked plane so the Smith machine bench press, for instance, you don't got to worry about stabilizing that. You literally just get on and you just squeeze the hell out of that chest, and you could very, very, very much blast your chest. Yeah. So they're both great. There's no wrong answer. They're both awesome, and they both should be utilized in a good training plan.
No, I love it. And we didn't even touch on cables, but that's a whole nother thing too. It's like, I like your point though, in terms of accessory muscles, like, if you, isolating is good, but being able to recruit accessory muscles for certain exercises is huge too. Look, we want a well-rounded, strong body from top to bottom, right? Mm-hmm. Like I'm all about, we're optimal health guys. We're not bodybuilders. We're here to be healthy and fit. I want a well-defined physique, and I just want to have the energy to keep up with my active lifestyle. Want to be able to lift up my kids. Tonight, my son got in a little bit of trouble, and I was like, all right, I'm going to show him the dad strength. And I picked my 6-year-old. I was pissed, man. He threw like a toy in my while I was trying to bathe my other son. He threw a fit and threw a toy. I was like, dude, we don't do that. So I'm pissed. I was like, all right, dad strength time. So I picked my 6-year-old up over my head and I was like, do you want to play the game, dude? I was like, no. He's like, no, I don't. And I'm like, okay, that's what I thought. Like, we don't do that, man. So those are the things that I want to be strong for. So, it's kind of granular, but it's a great question, dude. Like, I think there's a lot of ways you can break that down.
It's very, very valid. Very valid question,
for sure.
man. Here's another one.
What else
too,
you guys
man.
got? If you got questions, drop them in there. I know we got about 14 guys on. A lot of guys asked for the replay. If you guys have specific questions, man, drop them in the comments, dude. We'll jam for a little bit more. We got about 10, 15-ish more minutes before we close shop. And then, obviously we'll be back next week. So if you think of anything, if there's something you're like, dude, this is great, but I want to hear more on this, drop it in there and we'll get you covered right now.
Yeah, for the time being, dude, I got a couple more here, man.
Yeah. Go ahead.
This one applies to a lot of gentlemen in this group as well, man. Am I too old to start lifting weights if I don't have a history of it?
Dude, that's a great question, man.
Yeah.
It's a great question. So I don't know what, whoever's age was that. I think we have, so we've got guys right now in our group that are 70 and 71. We've got a couple 70-year-olds that haven't done weights either in a long time or maybe in their life. I didn't ask the full like history, the 70-year history. But we have everybody do them, man. Like the reality is resistance training is invaluable to your quality of life long-term. For many, many reasons. We can talk about like Zach, we love the insulin sensitivity. We love the bone density talk, but at the end of the day, like, don't you want to be a strong grandpa? Don't you want to be able to do the active things with your grandkids instead of being the guy that's in the freaking wheelchair with an oxygen tank, watching and waving? Like, that's not who I want to be. I want to be the guy that's out there running around. I want to be the grandpa that can chase my grandkids. And for me, that's going to be a challenge. So it's even more important for me to take care of myself because I have a 6-year-old and I have a almost 1-year-old. And so if I'm going to be around for grandkids, dude, like I got to make my health a priority. And so in order to do that, being a strong, well-rounded individual, like cardio is great for heart health. Cardio is great for blood pressure. Cardio is great for a lot of things. But in terms of long-term health, like if I was going to recommend one or the other, dude, weights are it. And I do both. Like, I think they both have a place. I would never tell you to do one or the other. But like, if I had to make a choice, weights are where, in terms of maintaining my physique and health and everything else, that's the way that I would go. And so if you're older and you have never done anything, the importance is having a structured plan, but also starting slow. We have all of our guys start slow. We have what we call our fitness elevation method. And what that just means is we meet you where you're at, and then we help build you up from there. We got a guy that we're working with right now, and he messaged me the other day, and he was like, hey, not sure if you saw my, not sure if you saw my workouts come through. I just wanted to clarify a couple things. He's like, I don't know if I'm moving up quick enough in weight. And this is like week 3 for you. I think you're going at a great pace, right? Like let's build the foundation so that you're strong and confident with your workout. And then we can start to add on weight, because once you got the foundation part down, right, you've got form down, you're paying attention to that. Form is first over everything. Once form is down and you've built a solid foundation for a few weeks, your body has built up a little bit of muscle memory. Now your foundation is set. Now you can start to elevate yourself without worrying about being super sore all the time, risking a major injury or a setback. There's a lot of things that could come up with that. And so I'm absolutely for, dude, if I had an 80-year-old that was like, hey, I'm looking to get more active, what would you recommend? I'm like, dude, let's get you some resistance bands and graduate you to some dumbbells ASAP, because it's that important. So a lot of ways you can go with it, but that's my take. What do you got?
Yeah, dude. My answer is no, never. So guys, understand this. Age is not a disability.
Correct.
Okay. Age is not a disability. People think because you get older, you have to stop exercising. You have to stop, playing sports. You have to stop. Will you have to lessen the intensity? Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Will you have to like take it easy or whatever it may be? Are you
That's
are you gonna
okay.
get weaker? That's the fact of life. That's what happens, right?
Yep.
But age is a number. And you should always resistance train as long as you can, to be completely honest with you. Not only is it great for the things that Jason mentioned, but you know, for the grandkids, we're talking about practical like movements.
Yeah.
If
Everyday life.
everyday life, guys,
Activities
we're
of
talking
daily
about.
living.
You
Yeah.
gotta. They've actually. I forgot what it was, but they actually did a research. This just popped in my mind. They did a study that associated your ability to get up off the ground with your odds of dying young.
Wow,
Because the
dude.
people that have to use two hands versus none at all to get up, you have a higher risk of early death for
That's
whatever
insane.
it was. Yeah,
I believe
and
it,
makes
though.
sense. It makes sense if
It
you really think
correlates
about it.
with poor health. Like
That's
it's not.
that's called functional movement, guys. So
Yeah.
if you get in there and you're doing, you know, whatever it is, free weight squats or the machine squats, machine squats, that's a functional movement. You have to bend over and pick things up. I don't care what age you are.
Yeah.
If you need to hinge your hips because you have to make sure you're using your legs and your glutes and not your lower back so you don't throw your back out. It doesn't matter what age you are. You got to do these things if you want to have a decent quality of life. So guys,
You're spot
understand
on.
age is a number.
That's it.
It's your
That's it.
choice. It's your choice whether you want to live a high quality older self or if you just want to be the guy that's slouched in the corner, not talking to anybody because now you're like, this is what old is. This sucks.
Yeah.
It's a
No,
choice, guys.
It's a choice. Yep. And it's never too late to get started.
Never too late.
Never, because
Never.
you can make health improvements at every age. I will also
Right.
say this: you
Get
are
the right
only as old as you feel. Okay.
Mhm.
A lot of you guys might be in here right now. You might be 40, 45, 50 years old and feel like you're 80, 85, 90 years old. This is for you. That's why we're here. We're here to help you guys, right? You don't deserve to feel like that. You deserve to feel your best, look your best, feel your best,
Absolutely.
perform your best. It's a shitty life to feel like crap all the time. And so when you think about age, dude, you're only as old as you feel. I'm going to be 42 this year. I said that earlier in the stream. I'll tell you guys right now, like if I had to put a number on how old I truly feel, I would say I'm in better shape than I am now than I was in my mid 20s. So I would say probably in my early 20s, like when I was out of, when I just finished playing soccer, I was in good shape. I played soccer for 15 years. I felt like I was still an athlete. I'm still an athlete today. I just don't train like that. Right. And so the bottom line is I feel probably like I'm 23, 24, 25 ish, right? When I got married, dude, like that's how good I feel on a day-to-day basis. That's where every single one of you guys can be. If you pound those 4 pillars into your mind and take massive imperfect action on those things. That's it. I mean, that's it. So you deserve to feel and look your best. And this live stream really was related to feeling better immediately. Like we gave you some stuff tonight that you can put in play right now. Just get more active, drink more water, and do the things that we talked about today. Sleep and stress. If you gotta focus on one thing, this is all too overwhelming for you, dude. Get your sleep fixed. Like there are way more people in our country specifically, and really in the world, that are getting less sleep than they need to on a day-to-day basis, really than anything else. There are not enough people out there who take sleep as importantly as they should. Zach likes to call sleep the number one weight loss pill that nobody's talking about. I agree with him. You get that dialed in and you will be able to start feeling better immediately. Like most of you guys don't sleep enough. You got to get to bed on time, man. Like one of Anthony, our other guy here, posted something, I think it was yesterday or something, maybe it was today, about discipline. And dude, I dropped on there. I was like, dude, discipline. He said something about, getting up as soon as your alarm goes off. How about let's take it a step further and optimize your sleep and your health so you don't have to use an alarm. Dude, I don't remember the last time I had to wake up with an alarm. My body knows when I wake up every day. My body knows when it's time to go to bed every day. And as long as I stick to that schedule pretty closely, I'm not hearing a blaring alarm in my ear. That's a pretty liberating feeling. I'll just tell you, I'm not going to lie. I mean, it sucks to wake up to wah, wah, wah. I don't like that, know? And so yeah.
Hey man, and we could end it off on here, dude. One quick one, one last
Rick
one.
says I'm 62 going on 45.
Yeah,
I love that mentality, dude.
I love that too.
Hell yeah, dude. Good for you. That means you're doing something right, man. I hope to be in your situation.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
That's
So
great.
this is
Yeah.
the last one, dude. And this
Yep.
is from Robert. He says he's recovering from back surgery. Where does he start? And I said he should talk to his physical therapist because only they're going to understand like what exactly his restrictions are in terms of movement. And he
Then
said
he's
he
released.
just got released a week ago. So
Yeah.
I think the answer was like all spread throughout this entire call in the sense that he should dial in all the things that we just talked about, right? Sleep.
He
Number
was in
one.
man up for a little while
Yeah.
and left because of this surgery. So
Right. Right.
he's very well versed on the things that we teach, but I agree with you, man. Like,
It's
where
always
do
good to
you start?
reiterate the basics. You know what I mean? Just
Yep.
because you're a pro basketball player doesn't mean you don't practice free throws. You know what I mean?
100%.
we
dude.
can
When it comes
always
to health,
reiterate these
it's-
things.
It's sometimes it's the most elementary things. Nobody wants to hear about sleep and stress management, dude. Like it's not sexy, like you say. Nobody
Yeah.
wants to get those things dialed in because it's not hard like nutrition and fitness, dude. Do you know how much better your efforts are going to pay off with nutrition and fitness if you freaking dial those first two pillars in? Like I've said this on a prior live stream, and like you guys don't hate on me for this, but I don't really work out that hard. Okay, I don't work that hard to maintain my physique. All right, is it harder work than the fat guy on the couch, watching Netflix and eating chips? Sure. But I am not going to tell you that I go into the gym every day and I come out there feeling like Hulk, dude. That's just not who I am. I go in, I fulfill the fitness requirement for the day, and I go on about my life. I fulfill my nutrition requirements for the day, and I go on about my life. None of this stuff overwhelms me because I just keep it simple with those 4 things, dude. And if you guys do that, I'm telling you right now, you go back through this live stream, you take action on those 4 pieces, go through our mini course, go click on the guides and the guides in the top of the group, go to the top guide number 1. Our mini course is right there. Go through that and take action on the things that we teach in there. We are very well versed. What we do really, really works. I'm telling you guys. We got a guy down right now. Shout out to Rick, who's down. I think he's down 170, probably 175 pounds in 39 weeks. Okay, the shit works. He came in at almost 400. He's like 230 now. All right. It's insane.
Yeah.
The progress that he has. And he's an extreme example, but this is what we're seeing, man. Like, you guys just got to focus on these things. Don't take the sleep and the stress lightly. Okay. So that's what we have tonight, man. You got any closing remarks? Let's throw this out there. There's only 10 guys on. The guys tomorrow, if you guys got value tonight, drop the word value in the comments for us, just so those guys know to stick around to the end. This was a great live stream, especially at the free level, dude. If you're not showing up here and taking action on what we're doing, man, like, there's no reason to be in our group, right? Like this is for you guys. We're here for you. And so take action on this. There's not a lot of groups out there where you can go get a free live stream from professionals who are pounding the table on specific strategies for you to implement now. Like this is very, very good stuff to take and put into play right now. Okay. So with all that being said, if you want to talk to us, you want to talk more, you love what you hear, you love who we are, what we're about, just drop the words "I'm ready" in the comments. Either myself or somebody from our team will reach out. We'll have a quick conversation, literally 15-minute phone call. That's what we're looking at, just to figure out if we can potentially help you. If we can, we'll invite you back for a second call, show you behind the scenes, go under the hood per se, explain all the components and really how everything works for you. If we did invite you into our partnership program, it's a 6-month deal. This is a potential to change your life. We don't just keep open enrollment. And so right now we do not technically have open enrollment, but if you want to have that conversation and to talk about what that would look like, drop the words "I'm ready" in the comments now. One of us will reach out. Hopefully you guys got value tonight. If you did, we appreciate you being here. We'll be back next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. If you have any final questions and you didn't think of them and you want us to answer them, drop them in this thread and we'll circle back around tomorrow and cover any questions that we did not get to. With all that being said, y'all have a fantastic rest of your week. Crush it the rest of the week. We'll see you guys back next week. Have a great night.